Hello. So yeah, I promised I would try to make a vlog type thing for all the medical stuff going on at the moment. So today is Thursday the 10th and tomorrow I am going to Harefield to get my iron infusion, which will definitely help with me looking like a ghost, and also my energy levels are I'm just shattered at the moment. So hopefully that will start to feel better. Usually not for a couple of weeks, I usually feel a bit worse after an infusion, but hopefully it will start to improve. So yeah, I'll let you know how I get on tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It is Saturday, so I had my iron infusion yesterday and that went as well as we could expect. That went well. Didn't have to wait around too long, which was good. Very tired, had some errands to run when I got home yesterday, and then went to bed at 11 and slept till 10 this morning. I think it's while you've got like a big portion of the iron in your body and your body's trying to deal with it, I guess. So really tired, headache and nausea yesterday and this morning. And I've got a party to go to tonight, which I never have a party to go to, but I'm not really feeling it at the moment. You know, like the evolution of man, you go from being like a thing on the floor and then you gradually straighten up to be a man. I think I'm going the other way because I just start off standing and just get nearer and nearer to the floor and a surface that I can lay down on. But I expected that, so it's fine. I start the mild laxatives today, and then tomorrow it will be mild laxatives combined with the low fibre diet. So I'm enjoying eating anything that's vaguely healthy today. I had porridge this morning for the last time. Having vegetables at lunchtime because they're basically all cut out next week. So yes, I shall miss the vegetables. I'm not feeling good this morning. I went to a friend's 30th last night just for a couple of hours, but I had a headache and felt sick before I went. I was very sick when I got home. I've been really feeling sick and fighting being sick because I've had medication this morning. I've got a stonking headache and I feel dizzy. I don't feel good. All effects of the iron. Yeah. Hey. So I thought I'd show you that I am actually feeling a bit better now. It's a few hours later and I've had I've had painkillers, I've had an anti-sickness tablet, I've had some ginger beer which helped a little bit, and I've had some toast which has seemed to calm my stomach right down. I think maybe I'd gone too long after I was really sick last night, so I am feeling better. Still tired, wobbly and dizzy with a bit of a headache, but a lot better than I was earlier. So I just thought I would show you that it's not all complete crap the whole time. I've got a baby shower this afternoon, which is one of my family, so I wanted to go to that and hopefully I'll be able to go just for an hour or so. But yeah, so a little bit better now. Hello, so it's day 2 of low fibre. I'm doing okay, but I really want some fruit. I'm still feeling quite nauseous, so just something nice and fresh, but I'm not allowed anything. What I really want is grapes, strawberries or oranges, but what I can actually have is I think I can have canned peaches, and I can have apple with no peel, which I had yesterday, so it doesn't fill me with excitement particularly, but you know, I'll eat it because that's something vaguely healthy. For lunch I've just had some ham that my mum baked and did a marinade on, a couple of crumpets and some scrambled egg with no onion because I'm not allowed onion. Yeah, I'm quite I'm not hungry, but I think all the like white carbs and stuff, that's what it's meant to do, isn't it? It's meant to make you crave it, don't you? So I think even though I don't particularly want it, I do want something, and that's the only thing I'm allowed. So yeah, the drinks are going okay though. Not had any huge issues with that. So yes. Sorry, you're getting me again when I don't feel especially well. I'm sorry if this is a really boring vlog. It seemed a good idea at the time, but now I'm just moaning. But I kind of wanted to just say that this is what living with chronic illness, obviously I can only speak from my perspective. All patients are completely different, even patients who have CF or a post-transplant, it's all relative. This is kind of daily life. I mean, before I have an iron infusion, I feel weak and tired. And when I get booked in for a top-up, a lot of people tend to think, oh, once you've had that, you're going to feel amazing. But that's not the case, and I know that because I've done it quite a few times now. But yeah, I get headaches, I get nausea, I feel sick, I get more tired to start off with because of the extra iron in my body that needs to be processed. And that's just one little glimpse of something. I've got diabetes. I had a very bad hypo, so sugar low, on Saturday and felt really quite bad. Had to have a sleep because there wasn't anything else I could do after I treated it. And there's always something, and that's not in a grim way, that's just in a reality way. I'm not moaning about it, and my life is so much better since I've had a transplant because there are actual nice times in between all the crap. But it doesn't just stop. And if you'd like me to make a video about that and how transplant isn't just the cure of everything and it's amazing, it is amazing, it's a miracle. And the more I find out about it, it's just incredible what they can do, but it isn't a cure-all. And at the moment I am just so tired. I'm so tired. I've got work to do, I've got stuff to do, and colonoscopy prep and everything aside, even if I didn't have that, I would still feel pretty bad today. And it's quite tough to feel like that. But yeah, I just wanted to say, it's not all doom and gloom, but it's not all sunshine and flowers either. And if you would be interested in hearing more about anything really, because I'm happy to talk about most aspects of stuff, and it's something that I'd maybe like to do. But if you would like to know more about sort of the day-to-day living with a serious or chronic illness, then let me know. I can make something about that from my perspective, as I can't speak for everybody, but I can give you kind of a idea. But yeah, let me know. Hi, it's Wednesday. Not much to report. I've been doing the low fibre diet. Not had too many problems, although I'm missing a lot of foods. But tomorrow is my last day of eating, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, some of Monday, I'm not going to be having anything to eat except laxatives and clear fluids. I'm really nervous and dreading the whole thing, to be quite honest now. I just want it done, really. I think it's going to be really tough, and I've already got a bit of a stomachache with what I'm already doing, and obviously you know that it's going to get a lot worse than that because I'm going to be taking so much stuff. It's going to obviously cause a stomachache. It's obviously going to cause me to be in the loo the whole time. So I think at the moment it's the worst time waiting for it all. I just want to get on with it now, I think. So today's the day, but we've just started with kind of relaxing. I don't know if you can see it. Can you hear it? Really? Hello. So it's a bit later in the day. I've had now the fizzing stuff, which was disgusting, the Dulcolax, and 2 litres of the bowel prep, clean prep stuff. It's not nice, and I've found a few things. Mixing it with some kind of cordial does not mask the taste. It's better to just take it on its own, in my opinion. and then drink like in between. You can chug it, which is always good because it just gets rid of it quicker. For about 2 hours I was like, oh, I haven't needed to go to the loo. Now I can't really stop going to the loo, which is obviously what it's for. It's not going to be graphic, but it's like absolute water, so I know it's doing what it needs to do. And at the moment I thought it was going to be like really bad stomach aches and backache. Haven't got any of that. I'm just sort of staying in my PJs, watching some DVDs, watching Harry Potter, because at times of crisis I like to watch Harry Potter, it soothes me. I'm not really hungry, but if you said to me, here's something to eat, I would eat it. I've had some stock, because I'm allowed that, and that was really nice actually, so I'm going to be having more of that. I've had quite a lot to drink as well, which is good because I'm staying hydrated, and I'm drinking some ice cold cordial at the moment. If you have to do this, I'd recommend the stock, and and Marmite you can have in water if it's dissolved, and ice lollies. I keep craving like an ice lolly, because you can't have anything red, but you could have like a lemonade one or an orange one, and again it's just a bit of freshness, a bit of nice taste. But so far it is 2:30 and I've been up since 8 and I'm not feeling too bad. It's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was dreading this, but yes, unless anything dramatic happens, then I will speak to you tomorrow and let you know how I'm doing then. But it's not that bad. Good morning. Sorry for the appearance, told you it would go downhill. As you can see, I'm out in my garden today, drinking my laxatives out of my little Miss Sunshine cup. Struggling with hunger, especially last night. I was really hungry. Today's not so bad so far, and I'm obviously drinking this down, but I have a little bit of time before it kicks in, so I'm sitting out here. But it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It really isn't. I mean, I'm literally it's literally water when I go. Sorry for too much information, and I'm going quite a lot, but well, I am going a lot, but it's not as bad. I think having CF, you've always got something wrong with your stomach, or poo, so it kind of isn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's the hunger that's getting to me, because with the steroids and the diabetes and stuff, that all contributes to making you hungry, so it's just that on top of everything. And I feel quite weak today and yesterday night, because obviously I'm not getting any food, I'm just getting rid of everything, so there's nothing to sort of fuel you, is there? And there are so many food adverts, you do not realise, literally all the time there's somebody eating something or trying to sell you something. So it's really hard when you're really hungry. So whether that's on Facebook or any social media or TV adverts or TV programs, there's always somebody eating something. But yeah, so far today I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I'm not stuck in the house at the moment, needing to go and doing my first lot of this. This doesn't taste great, it's not awful. I tried adding squash into it yesterday thinking, oh, that would be better. That made it so much worse. It's much better for me, at least, to drink it down and just bear it and then drink something else to take taste away. So yes. Hello. I actually put makeup on today. I've been out for an hour, which was really nice actually. Yeah, things aren't going too badly, and tomorrow I can eat again. It's all going to be over. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I am really wanting something to eat now. I think Friday was the worst day for that, because it was so new still, not being able to eat, and it was just worse on Friday, the first day. So but it's not that much easier, because it's been a long time and I'm hungry. I'm okay about tomorrow, I think. I'm nervous, I'm not going to look forward to someone shoving a camera up my bum, but you know, I've had worse, I guess, so got to get on with it. I'm also having an endoscopy, which is camera down the throat and into your stomach. So I've had one before when I was quite a bit younger, so I'm assuming it's going to be fine. And I'm going to try and do both without sedation because I don't like sedation. I like to be in control. I don't like to feel as though I'm not in control or out of it or anything. I hate that. So I think it's going to be more distressing for me to be sedated than it is for me to be awake and suffer. Maybe a little bit of pain or a little bit more pain. I don't even know. I think I'll be advised by what they tell me to do tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you when it's all over and let you know how it went. It's done. Everything's over and I can eat again. So just a little video to go over what actually happened on the procedure, because that's what this has all been leading up to, hasn't it? So yesterday I had an appointment at the hospital for about 11 o'clock. We left here, I had to get up at 5 to have my last litre of bowel prep, and that was fine, and I was a little bit concerned that I would need the loo on the drive up there, but I didn't, and it was fine. So we got there a bit early because we weren't really sure how long it was going to take with traffic and things like that. So got up there, and for your information, I was at the Chelsea in Westminster, which isn't like one of my main hospitals, but I do go up there fairly regularly for various things, and they're a lovely hospital. They make me feel really safe, and all of the staff, even if you just meet someone in the corridor and you look a bit lost, they're always like, oh, can I help you? They're very good for that, and it's something that I've thought before they're very good for. So we got there, went to the diagnostic centre, which is where they do the endoscopies and colonoscopies, and I think they do a couple of other things there as well. Signed in, and then after a little while I went in with one of the nurses, and she kind of did sort of a pre-assessment with me, which was sort of going over medications, going over my health conditions, when I'd eaten last, when I'd had something to drink last, because I wasn't allowed anything really yesterday morning except sips of water with crucial tablets. So we did that. Then they took me through to a waiting room, but I wasn't there for very long. They brought me out a gown, hospital gown, which I'm no stranger to, and then something called modesty pants, which I'm gonna be honest, they were hideous. They were like a paper cloth type material and bright bottle green, like boxers that were kind of down to your knees and very, very baggy. But they were great because they gave you clues in the name. They gave you dignity, and you don't want to be sitting like they had a little flap in the back, so they could just open that to get where they needed to go to, but you didn't feel completely exposed. And I think it's really important, like little things like that I found in all the things that I've had done make a really big difference, because you're sitting there, you're vulnerable, you don't really want everything out for everyone to see, and having those on, they could get where they needed to go, but you didn't feel like you were exposed, and it gives you a bit of comfort to just feel, okay, I'm not laying here with everything on show. So I did that and went into a little room, got changed. Someone came in and put a cannula, which I was a bit gutted about because I didn't want a cannula, but they need sort of access just in case, and they obviously had to put some stuff down. I'm not actually sure what they put down, but it was here. As you can see, I've got a really nice bruise today, and as many of you know, I have very bad needle phobias and things like that, so it was fine, but I did get a bit of a panic attack because I'd had a previous problem having it in that site before. But she was awesome at putting it in. She was so quick and it didn't hurt, and it was a really good cannula, but I did struggle quite a bit with that. Then the doctor came in and went through the consent form with me, told me what they were doing, what the risks were and things like that. He made me feel really comfortable, actually. and he apparently read this blog, which I was a bit like, oh my god, is there anything in there that I put that I shouldn't have put? But no, he was lovely. He joked once I got into the actual theatery bit that I should have brought my GoPro with me because we could have done the first live colonoscopy on Facebook. But I thought that was probably a bit much for the first vlog. So yeah, he was really nice, and the nurses were really nice too. So he came in, I signed consent. I told him, I think I mentioned this before, I didn't want sedation because everyone had said to me, oh, it makes it so much easier, but I don't like being out of control. I've never liked having sedation. If I can stay awake, I will stay awake. And he said that was absolutely fine. They could give me something if I needed it, and that was okay. So I was really pleased about that, because some people will just try and force it on you, and I don't see that it's necessary really. It's your personal choice. So after a short wait, went in and into the, I don't know, I'm saying theatre, procedure room, that's what I'll say. And it was endoscopy first, so the doctor sort of told me it should take about 2 or 3 minutes. It ended up taking longer because they found something when they was down there, which I'll talk about at the end. So laid down, well, went through the safety checks, laid down on my side. They put a throat spray, which I've had before and I hate, but they got it in just the right place so it wasn't too bad. And it just kind of makes your throat really numb. If they get your tongue, it makes your tongue feel really numb, which is quite horrible. But fortunately not. So you put in, like, have you ever played that game where you have like a mouth guard thing and then you have to say a sentence? It was like that held your mouth open. So I had a lady nurse up by my head, and she was stroking my shoulder, which really helps. Again, small but crucial, really helps. And telling me that it was going well and I was doing really well, and to calm and to breathe. And then they put the camera down, and your first instinct when someone's shoving a big camera on a stick down your throat is to gag, and I gagged quite a lot. But I can honestly say that when I have it again, because I've got to have it again, which I'll explain in a minute, I will definitely try, as stupid as this sounds, to relax and breathe, because if the times when I could get my breathing right, it was so much easier, and it just made it a lot more comfortable for everyone involved. The nurse suctioned my mouth so I didn't have loads and loads of spit, so just like what you have at the dentist. It wasn't pleasant. I wouldn't sign up to have it done a million times, but it was okay. It wasn't that bad. If you had sedation, you probably wouldn't really know what was going on. But it was fine, and it does only usually last a couple of minutes. I think mine lasted about 6 or 7 minutes at most, because they'd take more biopsies and because they found stuff. Then I went on to the colonoscopy, and that was so easy, honestly. I was terrified. I was embarrassed, but I was really worried and scared that it was going to hurt. No pain at all. Because I didn't want sedation, they said I could have gas and air, so they gave me that and showed me how to use it, because I've never had it before. I didn't even use it because it was so fine. Obviously, when it goes in, it's a little bit uncomfortable. But I wouldn't say it hurt, it was just a bit uncomfortable. And some of that was because I was embarrassed. So, you know. And then when it was in, you could feel it, but you couldn't feel it with a camera. You could just feel like a bit of crampiness, like if you've got a bit of wind in your tummy and your stomach cramps, that kind of feeling. It wasn't anything worse than that. There was no sharp pain or anything like that. There wasn't even a dull pain. It was fine, really fine. I suppose it took about 20 minutes. I'm not 100% sure because there's no way of keeping time with that kind of thing. And there was a screen and I could watch it. I've watched bronchoscopies before, where they put a camera down into my lungs shortly after transplant. Very similar, similar looking. It was very pink, very healthy, and it was interesting, and it does distract you. That's the other thing. You can't watch the endoscopy because you're facing away from where the camera is, obviously. But watching that, it was really, really interesting. I like that kind of thing, and I found it really interesting to see how things worked. And yeah, they found a little polyp which they took off. Didn't hurt, hasn't got a nerve or blood supply, so, well, I think it's got blood supply, it's not got a nerve, is it? So didn't hurt, didn't feel it. They took some biopsies, didn't feel that either. Had to lay on my left side to start with, then on my back, then on my right side, and then back again. And as I say, the Dignity pants really helped. Nothing hurt, and honestly, I got myself in a state for no reason. It was really, really fine. And if you're worried, if you've got to have one and you're worried, please don't be, because it's really, really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Really, really not. If it didn't have the fasting and the laxatives, which were the worst bit, I could go and have that done easy peasy. It wouldn't be a problem. We were discussing, the doctor and I were discussing what people think is worse, and usually people say prep, like bowel prep, endoscopy, colonoscopy, and I think I said endoscopy, prep, colonoscopy, but I'd probably stick with the original formula of prep because that's longest, so it's worse, isn't it? Endoscopy is pretty uncomfortable, but it's literally only for a couple of minutes, so you don't, it's hard to compare it. But if those two are there, colonoscopy is like, where are you? Right over here. It's really, really not a problem. So yes, don't be worried if you have to have one. And if you want to message me or anything, my email's on the blog. So, you know, if you've got one and you're worried, message me. We can talk. If you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them. I'm not the colonoscopy or endoscopy expert, but, you know, if I can help you in some way, make you feel a bit more comfortable, I'm here. Ask me. And because I'd not had any sedation, after it was over, took it out, which didn't hurt, and went to recovery, got dressed, came home. So that was good. As to what they found, for me personally, obviously not everyone's going to have the same thing. When they went into my stomach, they found a large stomach ulcer, which was about, I think, the space between my fingers. You can see that, about that big. Which at the time was like, oh, I haven't really had stomach pain, because I was kind of thinking ulcer, stabby stomach pains, and you hear it, don't you, like on TV and things, where people like get stressed and they're like, oh, my ulcer, and I was like, oh, never had anything like that. But when I actually looked up ulcer symptoms, I've had a lot of stomach aches for quite a while now, and the pain description and the symptoms match exactly. So I think it has been causing me problems for quite a while, and I just thought it was CF stomach, to be quite honest with you. I didn't think it was anything out of the ordinary. So yes, I've got an ulcer. They've doubled up my antacid medication, couldn't think of the word, and they're hoping that's going to shrink it. Unfortunately, that means I have to have another endoscopy in 6 weeks' time to see if it's shrunk, which is not the best thing, but it isn't the worst thing by any means. So, you know, again, I've had worse. They also found 2 varices, which, because I have CF, there's a lot of things that are kind of complications or common in people with CF, including liver disease, which I've had since about 5. So I've got an enlarged liver and spleen. I have cirrhosis of the liver, not through alcoholism, just through liver disease. It can happen. And I have varices and portal hypertension. Portal hypertension is something to do with the vein, the main vein between from your liver. And varices are enlarged veins in your esophagus and stomach that can cause a bleed. They're something I've been terrified of since I was a child. It's, as I say, I can deal with most things. Cannulas and veins, don't want to know. And I did have a mini bleed when I was little, or a suspect bleed, they're not even sure it was, and was terrified. I don't like the thought of anything like that, and I don't like talking about it now, but, you know, suck it up, Tremlet. So they need to do something about that. They need to check the ulcer, and then there's two options the doctor was telling me about. You can have beta blockers, which, if I get a choice in this, which I'm not sure if I will or not, if I get any say, then I don't really want beta blockers. They make you very tired, which is the first symptom, which if you watch or read the blog regularly, you'll know that I suffer with fatigue a lot, so I don't want anything else to cause more fatigue. They're also not great for your lungs, so I would prefer option 2, which is banding. In essence, they put a small rubber band around the vessels and it collapses them. He did say that if I needed that done, it would be done via endoscopy, but he would recommend that I got sedation for that because it's a bigger thing that they need, and obviously take a little while to be able to do what they need to do, because it's not something you can do quickly. So he would recommend that I'd be kind of out for that. So I've got to have at least one more endoscopy done in 6 weeks' time. But possibly more than that if we band, and I don't know if they need to check them afterwards, so that's what's happening. They took a lot of biopsies. They didn't think there was going to be anything wrong with the biopsies, but they've been taken, so results will come back. Fingers crossed those are okay. And that's about it really. I'm up today and nothing hurts. My bum doesn't hurt, my stomach doesn't hurt, except for usual stuff. I've got a little bit of a sore throat on this side, but it's not a sore throat, it's more, I've had it when I've been really sick before. Probably my fault for retching on the tube rather than anything to do with the tube. And yeah, I'm eating. I'm not especially hungry, but that's because I've been so long without food and I've just been having laxatives, which are chemical medication, so you know, you can kind of expect that. It'll help with losing weight, so you know. But yeah, thank you to anybody who got in touch with me and put my mind at rest, because you did put my mind at rest, even though I was still scared. That's part of human nature. But you did put my mind at rest, and I really appreciate that. And thank you, if any of you are watching, if the doctor's watching, if the nurses are watching, thank you for being so lovely, because you made it so much easier on me. And, you know, just to have that little hand on the shoulder, you know, that kind of thing, encouragement, to let you know that you're doing okay and you're not messing it up, and conversation, it makes such a difference. Of all the horrible things I've had done, I look back on, and there have been some really bad things I don't know how I've got through. It's been because of the staff, because they've been so lovely at Harefield and Chelsea and Westminster, and they've been really, really good, and it makes things so much easier. And I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate the NHS. You don't get enough credit, you don't get paid enough, you don't get enough, you know, thanks for what you do. So yeah, I'm going to stop being soppy now. But yeah, if anyone is worried, please don't be. You can contact me if you want to. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you've enjoyed this, because this is my first proper vlog. It's probably a load of moaning, but you know, I was entitled last week to moan. And yeah, if you'd like more vlogs, I can make more vlogs. If there's something you would like me to blog or vlog about, then just let me know. But yeah, give me some feedback, because I love getting your comments and things. So do let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to hear more about. If there's something specific you would like to have a video or a blog post on, just let me know. As long as it's not, I don't know, something weird, then I'm pretty open with things. So new job's going well as well, just to put that in, but I'll let you know more about that maybe next time, maybe the time after. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's helped you in some way. Let me know, and yeah, thank you for coming along for the ride.